guest is talking about his childhood and the abuse that he went through. And so many of his guests, guys that have been in the military, contractors, SOF guys, we have so many similarities. My parents died when I was a boy, and my brother became my legal guardian. And long before he became my legal guardian, he was abusing me. And listening to Nick Irving talking about his own dad and his sister and his how he would get beat for no reason. He'd get beat 4 or 5 times a week for no reason. He was asked, how would you, what would you say to other kids who are being abused? And that's a hard question, because when I was growing up, there was no child protective services or anything like that. As a matter of fact, when I came home from the Army, when I came home from boot camp the very first time, I was so proud. I came home in my Class A uniform, had my 2 little medals on, my little marksmanship medal and my Army Achievement Medal, and my Class A's were looking good, and I wanted my neighborhood to see me and be proud of me. I wanted my family, I wanted my brother to be proud of me. My dad served in the military, my brother served in the military, my half-brother served in the military. So they weren't home, so I walked across the street to a neighbor's house, and the neighbor was a lady who had always felt sorry for me because I didn't have a mom and didn't have a dad, and she would always bake me a strawberry cake for my birthday. I loved strawberry cake, and she would always bake me a strawberry cake, and she would invite me over frequently, and my brother too, and invite both of us over frequently. We were the poor kids, or the latchkey kids in the neighborhood, even though he was my legal guardian. And I walked over, knocked on the door, and she opened the door, and she came out and gave me a big hug, and her name was Shirley Meadows, and she looked at me and she told me how proud she was of me. She just kept saying that, I'm so proud of you, I'm so proud of you. And I don't know why she said this, but it was like ice water going down my back. She told me, I am so proud of you that you're out of there. I used to have to listen to you scream in the basement when my brother would be beating me, torturing me, beat me with a belt, whatever he could find. And it was like being hit with a bucket of ice water. And it dawned on me when she said that, I was like, you listened to that all those years and you didn't do a thing. You didn't do a single thing to help me. And here's the kind of family that they are. Not her family, my brother. And he would call his kids the worst names. I mean, just psychologically abuse them. Me, it was physical abuse. Well, physical and psychological abuse. With them, I think it was just psychological abuse. But just call his oldest daughter the worst names. And when my aunt died, she died during COVID, and I had typed something online because you couldn't go to the funeral. The funeral was online. And typed my sentiments that I was grateful for her and that she was a sanctuary for me many times, gave me a place to go to when I was being abused and beaten. And my brother and his nephew, my nephew, came on and wrote something in response. Oh, what about your brother who raised you? You mean my brother who beat me? Who beat me mercilessly? I mean, used to beat me so bad that he would keep me home from school so that they wouldn't report the bruises. That brother? That's a tough one. What kind of a coward does that? What kind of a coward would put that on somebody's memories after they passed away. Somebody that you didn't know, you had nothing to do with that person. But yeah, anyway, I got sidetracked here on that. But I was just listening to the Sean Ryan show, and it's just it's ironic how many things people have in common, that we go into the same sort of field as high-risk contractors and weapons instructors and martial arts instructors and things like that. You know, because with my brother, I was never allowed to have too much fun. I was down one time my bachelor middle school in my hometown, and I knew that when my brother would pull up, anytime I would see his car come up, I was gonna get beat. So I'm over there talking, hanging out with some friends and playing with some friends of mine, and I rode my bike down there, and my brother, I see his car coming at the trailer park, and as he's driving up the trailer park, I already know something bad's gonna happen. I'm gonna get beat up for something. So I told my friends, hey, I gotta go. So my brother told me leave my bike, just leave it. I don't know why, but he made me get in the car, and he punched me so hard that my head bounced off the passenger side window, fractured my cheekbone. He never took me for medical attention or anything like that, and that's just the way it was growing up with him.